everyone, welcome to another episode of Rita's Book Club. On this episode, I'm telling you all about The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune. There is just something about TJ's writing that always makes me want to pick one of his books, no matter how weird their premises seems to be. This one was no different, and I was so excited to immerse myself in this thriller about aliens and governments. In the spring of 1995, Nate Cartwright has lost everything. His parents are dead, his older brother wants nothing to do with him, and he's been fired from his job as a journalist in Washington, D.C. With nothing left to lose, he returns to his family's summer cabin outside the small mountain town of Roseland, Oregon, to try and find some sense of direction. The cabin should be empty, but it's not. Inside is a man named Alex, and with him is an extraordinary little girl who calls herself Artemis Darth Vader. Artemis, who isn't exactly as she appears. Soon it becomes clear that Nate must make a choice, let himself drown in the memories of his past, or fight for a future he never thought possible. Because the girl is special, and forces are descending upon them who want nothing more than to control her. What an emotional journey it was reading this book, and to think this was first published 8 years ago, and with this republishing it got a broader public. I'm so glad it got in my orbit because I'd be sad to miss it. I was a big fan of Stranger Things, and this one seemed like a book with those vibes. The sci-fi aspect of it is actually the center of the story, and it makes the narrative progress really well. What made it different was these three main characters that were each struggling with life and their past. It was pretty special to get to know them along their journey to freedom and to see them find solace in each other. There was a bit of a romance, but I loved how it was a side plot because there was so much more happening and important things. Firstly, Nate, the young journalist that was struggling a lot with his personal and professional life, felt like such a real character and such a multi-layered one. There were a lot of things in his past that were waiting on him, and he was trying to deal with what happened to his parents, but also how he lost his job. Meeting Alex and Artemis actually opened the doors to something he didn't know he needed, a chance of redemption and the possibility of forming a new kind of family, one that he loved and wanted to be a part of. And sweet Alex, he was just trying to make justice with his own hands and trying to find a new purpose with his life by protecting Artemis. His past was marked with a deep sense of loss and grief, and he found in her a new strength to feel alive again. Finding love with Nate was just an added bonus to also get a new family and a new partner to spend his life with. Finally, Artemis was just the best. I loved her honesty and her sixth sense that made her see things ahead of time. She just knew that both of these men were special to her and to each other, and that together they would form a beautiful bond. I really loved the adult way she looked at human life and how the world was created. She saw the simplicity in every action and how special it could be. It makes us, as readers, to look at the world also in a different way. The story had a lot of action-filled moments, especially as danger creeps closer to them, but I also loved the slower moments that helped to deepen the bond between these three and for us to feel their growing connection and investment in each other. Also, there is just something about TJ's writing and his ability to create a story with a found family that will make us emotional and root for them every step of the way. Each of them realizes that in order for their lives to become interconnected, they have to deal with their past and come to terms with it. One of my favorite authors ever, no questions asked. I'm very excited to get my hands on his latest release called We Burn So Bright, because it seems once again another book that will destroy me emotionally. I'm so ready for that. As always, you can like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at ritasbookclub for more content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Happy readings.